We're starting off Manfest 2011 with India's youth icon, Mr. Rahul Bose. What upsets me here is a lot of people are standing. I'm not cool with that. Are you cool with that? Because you can come and sit anywhere you want. You can sit wherever you want, just chill. Please be comfortable. Come and sit in front. There are these couches for some VIPs and Prime Ministers and they're not here. So please, come and sit here. So I went to 36 Taj hotels across India, Sri Lanka and Nepal. And then to make it worse, they made us stay in the best suites. It was torture. And they gave us the best food because we had to sample what a visitor to that property would sample. And see the sights and sounds of that city with the best guides. So that was a dark moment in my life. Yeah, so in 1994 I was 27. That's the time. 26. Listen, at 43 you cling to these things, man. Is that my phone or is it your phone? It must be your phone. Come on guys, get them a break. So I told him, I said, if I had to choose, if somebody had to say, get to one place in the country where you can have your last meal, it would be here. Because my parents lived here. I submit, I'm a 5-year-old kid again who's saying, okay, I have to play this old man. How do I play an old man? You know what I mean? So it's all done from a very pure space in my heart. And if you look at anybody who's happy, and I'm not talking about Dalai Lama, I'm talking about people, just us, you'll find that when you talk and you're happy, it's coming from very pure, simple space. They say, that's the child in you. Of course it is, but why can't it also be the adult in you? Why do you have to always go back to the child? Why can't we just be that all the time and yet have a kind of maturity and a grace that perhaps you might not have as kids? So, it's discussed, I can't see you guys. Yeah. Okay, you guys are there. Cool. All right. Never went to Goa or the beach. There was like drive and temples, and Meenakshi temple. I still remember Rameshwaram, and it was extraordinary seeing these places. And we never saw them from a religious point of view. It was always architectural, always historic. You always read in books that Emperor so-and-so was very good. He built wide roads, shady trees for travelers, and wells at every 1 kilometer. Remember this stuff? But you actually got to see this. You actually got to see on the Delhi-Chandigarh highway how Shesha built these, wells and water places and you were milestones that was quite sensational to look at. So it was a living history that we got for no money. And I didn't travel abroad till I was 26 when I was in advertising. When I went to, I think, Singapore for the first time on a job for 3 weeks, which was great. I just saw India. And I continue to see India. I come here or I go to Sikkim University, where I was a month ago. Staggeringly beautiful place. I've shot in Sikkim, but when you shoot in a place, you tend not to see the beauty. You tend to be focused on what you're doing. Definitely going to go and see the Seven Sisters, the northeastern states, very soon in my life. Discovering place after place after place in the country and putting drawing pins and saying, okay, now where have I not gone? Which is the place that I want to discover? It's all here. I mean, geographically, it's all here. You don't need to step out of this country. Sorry, very long answer to a short question. 6 in school play, Tom the Piper's son. For some reason, it must have been a classroom full of phenomenally ugly boys because I was chosen as Tom. That was great. And I thought it was cool. I liked it. I liked it for the same reason that we all like what we do. It came easiest to me. It was the least amount of work, which is a great thing, because human beings are inherently very easy. So I loved it. It's like, I can be decent at this without trying too hard. Then I found I got attention. Teachers would take me aside and give me choco bars after I finished acting in a school play. I was like, that's cool. And finally, for somebody who's had zero luck with girls liked you. I can deal with that. And I think girls are a reason for doing most of the things in my life. And all guys will admit to this. Rugby, first time I played it, I hated it, I got beaten up, and suddenly girls like, oh, are you beaten? But it was so good seeing you bleed on the field. I love this game. I love this game. Yeah. The social activism part, I think I lost my priorities. But these two were definitely girl-driven to a large extent.
Is Rishi similar to Rahul Bose in real life?
Oh, not at all. No. No.
Well, that's fair enough.
I can elaborate. I don't have a sense of humor. I don't think the sense of humor in Shankar Beat was all that great. I kept telling Sujoy, I said, you know, you have such an irritatingly obvious sense of humor, and you put it in this film. First time directors always make their films about themselves. End of story. So it's a very alive, innocent, fresh, horrible joke film, which Sujoy is. He's a lovely guy, and irrepressible energy. And I know that people love the jokes in that film, and I even thought the title was so bad. I said, what is Shankar Beats? Are you crazy? Just change the title, but what do I know? It became such a cool title to have, and what is Pyar Ke Side Effects? Are you kidding? You know, you never can tell. Certainly I can't. But did I enjoy doing the film? Yes, of course. Sujoy is great. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely guy, and apparently he's doing a really wonderful film now with Vidya that I don't know much about. In a movie, that's the risk. You put out a film about a hairdresser who reads people's minds when he cuts their hair, and everybody says, I'm fine, but he knows they're not, and the only way he can make them fine is by helping them without them knowing that he knows. And you're like, maybe somebody will get this and maybe they won't, but this is what I want to make. So it's extraordinary. Anybody who makes films for money has my sympathy. And my sympathy is good. My respect for women is complete. So as far as I was concerned, and Annie's a rock star of a girl, we still keep in touch. She's lovely. She took every decision, including the last one. In fact, the last one, when I said I'll lie down with the rats, because I had let her down the previous, I said, I'll do this. I'll do the tough one, you can do the other bit. She said, are you sure? I said, I'm sure. Bad decision. But anyway, so, Khatron Ke Khiladi. Would I do those stunts again? Yes. Not the insect ones ever again. But would I do all the other ones? Again, would I do something as, I never felt fear. It was always a, whoa, what's this? But it was not like, oh my God, I'm going to turn around and go away. When you play rugby for 26 years, and you're half the size of the guy from Kazakhstan who's opposite you, very much. A career is defined, in my opinion, as an actor, not by what you say yes to, but what you say no to. Michelangelo said that he didn't sculpt David. He just took away all the pieces on that block of marble that were not David. So, and so Rahul said that his body was working like David. No, just making a parallel. Yeah, really understing what it means and looking at all sides of the problem. And I sit with the Oxfam policy wonks. In these climate change conferences, Oxfam has about 65 policy wonks trying to influence the lettering and the clauses of each and every clause that will go into the final climate change agreement, if there is one, of every country's lobby. So there was somebody from Oxfam Brazil talking to the Brazilian interlocutors, talking to them to make sure that certain things that Oxfam believes in about climate change, push and push and push to put it in the Brazilian version of the treaty, which they would submit, and everybody would compare their various treaties and say, okay, yeah, we agree on this. That's how incredibly intricate the backroom machinations are. Okay, I'll give you just one thing. One thing to hold on to, and you guys might have heard this on the internet, me saying this before. If you had to die today, has anybody heard this? Okay, good. If you had to die today, what are the 3 things you would hope your best friend would say about you at your funeral or your burial?